There we go. What's happening, everybody? Sorry to start up all up in your face. I'm sorry about that. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Thank you so much for being here. We're listening to some Japanese breakfast. We're going to listen to the first track off of the album, Jubilee, which is going to be Paprika. A little paprika in your soup. Never hurt nobody. Excuse me, I almost choked. So, I have heard of Japanese breakfast for the longest time. I've seen this album cover and I've always been very intrigued, but I've never actually listened to them. I've never heard a track from them. I don't know a thing about them. As far as I know, they haven't been recommended. Like I said, I just chose this because I've always seen it around, and the purpose of this channel is to explore things I haven't heard. So that's what we're doing. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. We'll talk about it after. Don't know what to expect, but I expect to be hungry after. Let's go. Did it? I didn't press play. Let's go. The internet connection. Oh, listen. I promise here it comes.
Yesterday it came slowly. I awoke from dreams of untying a great knot and unraveled like a braid into what seemed were thousands of separate strands of fishing line attached to course behavior flow. A each flood as if here. How does it feel to be at the center of
I like how the music came alive.
To clear this off, but the only offering that comes, it calls, it screams, there's nothing here. How's it feel to be at the center of magic, to linger in tones unwed? I opened the floodgates and found no water, no current, no river, no road. How's it feel to stand at the heart of your promise, to captivate every heart, projecting your visions to strangers who feel it, who listen, to linger on every word. Oh, it's a rush.
That's magical singing. That's fairy dust. Love the horns too. Come on. The first track, getting you into the universe of Japanese breakfast, like give you a nice introduction into the band. Okay, so love her vocals. They're so like fantastical, magical. They transport you somewhere, but at the same time, there's a lot of depth and a lot of feeling behind it as well. And behind her singing, I really enjoyed her singing there. It's like just fairy dust sprinkled all over the delivery there. And there's a moment about halfway through the song where the music kind of changes for just a moment. It hits a little bit of a lull, and even her vocals and her delivery changes there when she says, "But alone it feels like dying. All alone I feel so much." We'll have to look into the lyrics a little bit, but there's a little bit of a shift there emotionally before it recapitulates and gets back into it. I like the way that it opened up as well with these kind of nice bubbly synths just kind of popping little bubbles in the water. You can imagine them slightly coming up. And then it just kind of moves on from there. The marching drum, which just kind of pushes things along. Like I said, it's a nice prelude into the album, and I'm sure that it continues along in a similar pattern as it goes forward. The saxophone was a really nice touch with the backup horns as well. That with the synth work, I think that really made for a nice atmospheric kind of drive. This was a great first track to open up the album. That's going to be Michelle Zauner who's going to be singing here, who's also handling a lot of things, not necessarily in this song, but she plays bass, guitar, percussion, synths, string arrangements, horn arrangements, all that stuff. And then you got a lot of other people involved in here, but she seems to be the main focus and the main person here. Anyways, let's dive into those lyrics here, huh? Lucidity came slowly. I awoke from dreams of untying a great knot. It unraveled like a braid into what seemed were thousands of separate strands of fishing line attached to coarse behavior. It flowed. A calm it urged, what else is there? So I like how just as the music was kind of being born there from this primordial pool, the lyrics are kind of reflecting that as well. How's it feel to be at the center of magic, to linger in tones and words? I opened the floodgates and found no water, no current, no river, no rush. How's it feel to stand at the height of your powers, to captivate every heart, projecting your visions to strangers who feel it, who listen to linger every word? It sounds like it's like a musical awakening, like when an artist makes it in their artistic field. It doesn't have to be music. How does it feel when you're at your peak, when you're at your zenith, and you're projecting yourself and you're giving yourself outs into all these different outlets through your song, through your art, etc. How does it feel? Basically, that seems what she's asking. It says, "Oh, it's a rush." And then, like I said, that interlude, but alone, it feels like dying. All alone, I feel so much. Which makes me, like, I'm going down this path lyrically. I don't know if this is what it's about, but this is where we're going down. As an artist, you create. You give so much of yourself, your inner personality, your inner core, your soul, your spirit. You put it all down on ink, on paper, on sheet music. You put it out there for others to have. But inside, when you're alone and to yourself, she says, "I feel so much. It feels like dying." There's an emptiness that's there because you're giving so much artistically. I don't know if that's what it's about, but that's pretty good. I want my offering to woo, to calm, to clear, to solve. But the only offering that comes, it calls, it screams, there's nothing there. That is a great line. She wants her offering, an artist, art, to do all these things, to capture all these emotions, to capture these hearts, like she says before, to be able to woo, calm, clear, solve. Right? That's why people, and we, listen to music. That's why we engage in these different art forms from different people. So we have our own feelings towards another person's art. We reflect ourselves to another person's art. And it's interesting how she says, how she wants it, but then the reality as it sets in. And then the lyrics just repeat on from there. That's some really good writing. I like that, and I like the message, if that's what it's about. Let's see if we can find some information on this particular track, see if we can find out what it may be about. It says that she reveals in an interview with NPR, the song title comes from a Satoshi Kon movie, Paprika, which I've heard of, but I've never seen that one. And this sort of surreal parade that happens. I was playing around with a lot of Spitfire Albion orchestra plugins, and I had to come up with this marching band thing that built up to this huge crash in the chorus. But I'm curious if there's any specific meaning in the lyrics. Like, I'm always looking for, why did this person write that? Why did they write this? And I'm not seeing anything immediately looking here. I'm not seeing anything immediately, but I'm sure that there is one. And if you guys know, or if you have any ideas, I would love to read about that in the comments. But otherwise, great opening track to the album. Let me know what you guys thought of it. You can let me know in the comments down below. You can follow me over on Twitter. Support the channel on Patreon. Thank you, as always, for being here. I'll talk to you all later, guys. Bye.